All right, this is going to be a key video for today's practice problems. Let's get started. It says for the first six, we want to find the first five terms. First five terms. Number one. Number one, we know it's going to be arithmetic because there's no multiplication and division. It just says minus 7 in that formula. So it says a sub 1 is equal to negative 11. And so that's our first term. So we're looking for terms 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? So we know a sub 1 is equal to negative 11. And then it says a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 minus 7. And then it has the qualifier that you can ignore, right? You can ignore that qualifier. It just says that only works for for terms 2 and up. That's all that means. So when I'm finding the second term, I'm going to take the first term and then subtract 7 from it. So negative 11 minus 7 is going to equal negative 18. So that's going to be the next term. And then find the third term, which would be negative 18 minus 7, which is going to give me negative, 25. Negative 25. And then the fourth term is going to be minus 7 from there, which is negative 32. And minus 7 from there will give us negative 39. All right. So we're just subtracting 7 from each term. You can do this in your calculator as well. Number two. Number two says, we know it's arithmetic because it doesn't have any multiplication in it. So a sub 1 is equal to 14. Then it says a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 plus 6.5. And then it has the qualifier that you can ignore. All right, so the first term we know is 14. The second term is going to be 14 plus 6.5, which gives us 20.5. Add 6.5 to that, and that's going to give us the next term, which is 27. Add 6.5 to that, and we know that that's going to give us plus 6.5. That's going to give us 33.5? 33.5. So 33.5. Add 6.5 to that, and that'll give us 40. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our first five terms. All right. Number three, we're going to skip because it says 3 times a sub n, right? 3 times, we're out of here. Number four, we're going to skip because it says negative 0.8 times a sub n minus 1. Number five, we're going to skip because it says 3 over 2 times a sub n minus 1. Skip. And number 6, we're going to skip because it says 5 halves times a sub n minus 1. Skip. All right. Now it wants to know the nth term for number 7 through 12. So now we're looking for the nth term. Remember, the nth term is just the equation, right? A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d, where we plug in for d and we plug in for a sub 1, and we keep the n in there. Okay? So these two things we're going to keep, and these two things we plug in values. Okay? So, number 7, we look at that and we determine if it's arithmetic or geometric. So this is when calculator comes into play. Arithmetic or geometric, we do the second term minus the first term, and we get 21. So 21 better be the difference between the third term and the second term. So third term minus second term is going to give us not 21. We can stop. We know that that is not arithmetic. So skip it. All right. Number 8. Let's look at number 8. It says 52 is the second term minus the first term, 73. So we should get negative 21 for all of the differences. It's decreasing, so our difference is negative. Third term minus the second term, negative 21 again. Fourth term minus the third term, negative 21 again. We know it's arithmetic because it's always negative 21 whenever we're subtracting. So we know our common difference is negative 21. So number 8, a sub 1 is going to be equal to that first term of 73. And we know that d is equal to negative 21. We plug it into this formula. A sub n is equal to a sub 1, which is 73, plus n minus 1. We're looking for the nth term, so we better have n in our statement, times our common difference of negative 21. And we're done. Number 9. Number 9, is it arithmetic or geometric? Well, let's do it. 1 minus 4, second term minus the first term. It's negative 3. Then we do, I'm going to do it like y'all do it. 1/4 minus 1. Are we going to get negative 3? No. So skip. It's going to be arithmetic or it's not going to be 1 at all. Let's look at number 10. Number 10, negative 37. Number 10, negative 15 is the second term, minus the first term, which is negative 37, 22. Then the third term minus the second term is 22. Then the fourth term minus the third term is 22. It's 22 each time, so we know that's our common difference. We know it's arithmetic. So a sub 1 was negative 37, and d was positive 22. We're going to plug it into this formula. It's going to say a sub n, and we keep the n because we're looking for the nth term. It's equal to the first term, which is negative 37, plus n minus 1 times our common difference of 22. All right, let's keep going. Number 11. Number 11 says the second term minus the first term. It's 0.12. Third term minus the second term. 0.12. And fourth term minus the third term. 0.12. So we know it's arithmetic. It's the same common difference every single time. So let's write down our a sub 1. Our first term was 0.25. 0.25. And our common difference is 0.12. So we plug it in. A sub n is equal to our first term, 0.25, plus n minus 1. You remember we're leaving n in there because we're looking for the nth term. If it said 22nd term, we'd put 22 in there. If it said 1000th term, we'd put 1000 in there. And then our common difference is 0.12. Cool. All right, moving on. Number 12, we can see right away. Everyone look at number 12, please. You can see right away that it is not arithmetic. It is definitely geometric because it goes from positive to negative to positive to negative to positive to negative. Okay, you can't do that with addition and subtraction. You can only do that by multiplying a negative number times a positive number, and then a negative number times a negative number, and then a negative number times a positive number, right? So we can automatically skip number 12 because it is definitely geometric. All right, number 13 through 20, we're use the recursive formula to write the nth term sequence. So we're using the information that we have in the recursive formula, similar to the number 1 and 2. We're using this information to write this information, write the nth term, okay? And if you recall, our d, our common difference, is always going to be added or subtracted to the back, and then our a sub 1 is going to be given to us. So it's going to be pretty easy to do this, all right? Let's look at we're writing the nth term from recursive. So, number 13, it says a sub 1 is equal to 38, and then it says a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 minus 17. So that is our common difference. So there's our first term, there's our common difference. Let's write the equation. A sub n is equal to the first term, which is 38, plus n minus 1 times the common difference, negative 17, and we're done. Number 14 is going to be skipped because there's multiplication in that recursive formula. Number 15 says a sub 1 is equal to negative 32, and then it says a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 plus 13. So plus 13 is our common difference. So a sub n is equal to the first term, negative 32, plus n minus 1 times our common difference of 13. All right, number 16, we're going to skip because it says 0.75 times. We can't do multiplication in a recursive formula because it's geometric. Number 17, we're going to skip as well because that is geometric, has multiplication in the recursive formula. Number 18 says a sub 1 is equal to 7. Then it says a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 minus 5. And that has the information you can ignore. N is greater than or equal to 2. All right, so this is our D. This is our first term. Plug it into the equation. 7 plus n minus 1 times negative 5, and we're done. Number 19, we're going to skip because it says negative 2 times all that stuff. And number 20, we're going to skip because it says 1/2 times all of that stuff. All right. That's your key for today's worksheet. And it doesn't say to find a specific term, but we can. Let's look back at number 13 since I have a little bit of time. Let's find the 37th term. Let's find a sub 37 for number 13 here. I'm going to find a sub 37. So all I'm doing is plugging in a 37 for my n's. And what will that equal? 38 plus 37 minus 1 times negative 17. And we get negative 574. Let's find the, 63rd term for number 15. Let's do it. A sub 63 is equal to negative 32 plus 63 minus 1 times 13. Plug that into our calculator. Negative 32 plus 63 minus 1 times, what is that? 13. That is 774. And then finally, let's find the, something ridiculous here. Let's go with 1,349th term. A sub 1,349 is equal to 7 plus 1,349 minus 1 times negative 5. We're going to find the 1,349th term. So here we go. 7 plus 1,349 minus 1 times negative 5. By the way, I only chose 1,349 because when I looked at the time clock, it was 13 minutes, 49 seconds in, and we get negative 6,733. My time is almost up, but that's basically how you do all this stuff with arithmetic sequences. We're ignoring the geometric sequences. All right, talk to you later.